Jy is ingeskakel op Radio Tygerberg 104 FM.
Nou, hoekom sê ek vir jou so? In die ateljee het ek van die Bassani Auction House in Joburg het ek Dillon Bassani saam met my in die ateljee en hy gaan vir ons 'n bietjie meer vertel. Dillon, good afternoon and welcome to Radio Tygerberg.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here.
Dillon, you flew all the way down from Joburg to come and chat to us a little bit about coins and medals. How interesting is the medals that we have in the Olympic Games at the moment? Because it's fascinating to see where the medals were in the 1980s is definitely not the same medals that we're getting right now.
Yeah, so basically, this was quite interesting when I started looking at it. We get the gold, silver, and bronze medals or medallions, as some people say, and the gold medallions are unfortunately not gold. Sorry to break the news to everyone. They are gold plated. All of the medallions are actually very similar. They all weigh 412 grams. And in numismatic terms, we actually like to narrow that down and call it in ounces. So 412 grams. For every ounce of gold or silver, it's 31.103 grams make up an ounce. So 412 grams is in essence 13.246 ounces per medallion. So the gold and silver weigh the exact same because they're unfortunately both made of 925 sterling silver, and the bronze is made of bronze. So the weight is a little bit different from the gold to the bronze, gold and silver, and to the bronze medallion. But yeah, so the gold medallions are plated with 6 grams of gold plating. However, the actual value of that in monetary terms isn't much. So I went and did the math, and 13 ounces of silver is worth about 7,285 rand today. So yes, it's decent money, but for the size of the medallions and the medals, it's really not what we thought it was, and especially not the gold ones because they're plated, so it's definitely only just worth the silver. So yes, if you have to sell the medallions or the medals, you can definitely get more than the melt value because there is the collector's aspect to it. I'm sure lots of people would love to own an Olympic medal, but unfortunately, the metal value isn't as high as we all think.
Well, let's talk about that for a little bit. You're running an auction house, and sometimes you specialize. Let's start there. You specialize in antique coins and currency. Is that correct? Tell me a little bit more about Bassani Auction House.
We specialize in numismatics. We wanted to be the only South African-based auction house that specializes in numismatics, and we don't sell paintings and rugs and carpets, and we don't do any of that. We literally stick to numismatics and numismatics only. And the definition of numismatics is basically the collection of coins and banknotes.
Okay.
And when I say coins and banknotes, I'm talking about coins through South African different periods in time. We're talking about ZAR coins, which are your 1800s. We're talking about South African Union coins, which is your later 1900s. And there's so many different coins that have different collectible aspects to them and mintage figures. And, certain coins, they have large mintage figures, but the actual condition of the coin has to be in such a high standard for it to still be of value. So certain people say like, "Hey, Dill, I've got this coin. You guys said in this year it's worth X amount of money." Yes, it is, but in that certain condition. So condition is very crucial with the coin collecting as well. But yeah, sorry, that's a bit more of what we do. It's just
that's such an interesting thing. Now, I know I don't look it, but I've been around quite a few years. I've been around where a R2 had Jan van Riebeck's face on it, it's the blue R2 note. And thinking back about those times, I think I still somewhere have these large R1, which kind of almost resembles the silver dollar coin. And those times, you didn't really pay attention to it like we don't do today. We get a coin, we put it in, we shop with it. We forget that every coin, maybe if we keep it for a couple of years, they might grow in value. What are some of the coins and some of the notes that you find carry a lot more value these days, certainly much more than what is printed on it?
Well, funny you actually brought up the R1, because the R1 are actually worth a lot more than people think they are worth today. Not due to the fact that they are collectible, because they are collectible, but they are made of silver. So before 1977, actually all of the R1 were made of silver. After that, you still got R1 which are made in silver, but they're only in the proof sets. So prior to 1977, all the 1 rands you actually find are actually made of 80% silver. So in today's market terms, that's over 200 rand in just silver weight for a 1 rand coin. So if you think about that, for every 1 rand you'd put away in the 70s is actually worth 200 rand today. That's a 200x on your money, which in my opinion is
good. It's a good increase.
Not bad at all.
I think for in our golfing society, we've got a couple of guys. We use the old 1 rand coins as ball markers on the green, so it's just unique and somewhere out there. But I follow a guy on social media, an Australian guy that collects the Australian dollars, and I always find it fascinating that he'll go through these coins, these rolls of coins, and he'll look for imperfections, and then certain imperfections carry different value, or at certain years have certain things that will increase the value of that Australian dollar. Is that the same within South Africa, that we do have coins that are some minting errors?
Exactly. So we do get a lot of errors, especially in South Africa. But so what makes them different and collectible is you get all different kinds of errors. You get mint errors, so meaning that either the coin's been double struck or it's been hit skew with a die, and if you can find something like that and get it graded. So usually with errors in that, they do sell very well and they're very collectible. However, you need to get them graded first. And it's in South Africa, we only have one grading company. It's called SANGS. It's a South African Numismatic Grading Services. So it costs about 150 rand. You can send your coin in there, get it graded, and get it stated that it's a real coin and it hasn't been altered post-mint. Because obviously a lot of guys still take their coins and try and alter them post-mint after it's been made. That has no collector's value. It has to happen in the minting process for it to be an actual error coin, and the error coins can go for a crazy money. We actually had a Kruger Rand error, so it was a half-ounce Kruger Rand that was struck through the obverse incorrectly, and what it did is it basically left two coins on the same coin. And for something like that, half an ounce of gold today is worth about 22,500 rand just in spot gold value. And I think it sold for about double that. So if you're looking at the collector side, everyone is different. So obviously you've got to find the right collector for the piece as well. It doesn't have, so if you can find an error coin on a copper nickel 1 rand, then it doesn't have any intrinsic value with the silver or the gold, so you're not going to get any metal value, but everything, the whole value of that is just the collector's value. And there are numerous, and it's really actually growing at the moment. The pattern pieces in South Africa and our error collecting is actually where the market is at the moment.
It's interesting that we find value within the imperfections within the currencies. We're not so much concerned with the number that stands on it. It's the mistakes that are there. A little bit more about Kruger Rands. You mentioned that a little bit. Tell me, where can people find Kruger Rands, and maybe these Kruger Rands that's been passed down? And I spoke to a gentleman a couple of years ago that his whole premise or his whole business model is surrounded by collecting gold and collecting coins, because he says the value just goes up. You don't lose that value, not the gold value in it anyways. What is a good investment idea for people if they want to collect or they want to build up something regarding Kruger Rand or different memorabilia coins that are available?
So what I always say to everyone, as soon as they say they want to start collecting coins, I say slow down. What you need to do is decide what you want to start collecting. And in today's times, you need to know a lot when you want to start collecting, like ZAR. You need to know your mintage figures and stuff like that. But to start buying bullion, you don't need to know much. You can get TradingView on your phone. You can watch the gold price. You can watch the exchange rate. And that kind of is where you should be paying. So it's quite easy to see the price. But, I say to everyone, start with bullion, just because it's the safest form of investment. Where I say safest, I mean you can buy the bullion, you've got it, you can track the price on your phone, and there's 100 dealers in every, in Joburg, in Cape Town, Durban, that you can sell the coins to and buy them from. The correct way to do it without getting scammed today is actually going onto a website called SAND, which is the South African Association of Numismatic Dealers. On that website, there's a list of all the dealers in the country that are verified and have been checked and they're not scammers. So you can literally go onto SAND, you can choose your region, you can choose a dealer that's closest to you, and you can go there and buy your gold and silver, knowing that you're not getting ripped off, number one, and number two, you're getting the stuff without getting robbed. Unfortunately, it's a reality in this country.
Cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dillon Bassani, he's from the Bassani Auction House. just to end off, you are down in Cape Town. You're down here for business. Is there some auctions? And if people want to attend auctions regarding coins and money and different things that you are auctioning up, what is the process of getting connected with that or being part of an auction?
So we have our auctions run every Wednesday and every Sunday on our app. It's the Bassani's Auction House app, and it's probably the easiest way to start. On our Wednesdays, we have your cheaper lot auctions. So for the guys that really want to start getting into collecting, it's some like your error coins, like you said, and your 1 ounce silvers, so your lower bullion priced items. On a Sunday, we do your more high-end collecting and a bit more expensive items. Then you get guys that collect according to the top popper registry and how many coins are in that grade and stuff like that. And then once a month we have for your very seasoned collectors a signature auction. But that's also for the big bullion buyers. And on that auction we have your felt paunch, your Burgess paunch, your 1892 proof coins, your 1967 Krugerrands, which were the first ones that came out, proper Natal banknotes and stuff that you just don't see. So that's what we do once a month on our signature auction. And we've just noticed a massive increase in the market and people that want to start buying these collectibles, because I think, through COVID, everyone wants tangible investments now. They no longer want their stuff overseas, and everyone's bringing their money back and buying it on Kruger, spending their money on Krugerrand, so they've got their money with them,
So the $1 million question is, do you, Dillon Bassani, know where Paul Kruger hid his Krugerrands? Is that
I know exactly where they are, but I'm not telling anyone. They're all for me.
That's wonderful. So go check them out. Just those details again. If people want to go onto that app or find out a bit more, where can they go?
So on the Android store and on the iStore, it's just Bassani's Auction House. And then basically on there, it's a quick sign-up process. Put in there a few details, email, and you're eligible for our auctions. And that's every Wednesday, Sunday, and a signature auction once a month.
That's awesome. Dillon Bassani from Bassani Auction House in studio. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon. And I hope you learned a little bit more about the currency that you hold in your hand. It might not seem like a lot, but there might be a hidden gem in your cupboard, in the back there, underneath the couch. It fell out your pocket 10 years ago. It's still in the couch. Go dig it out and have a look at it. You might sit on a piece of gold.
Elke dag jou nommer 1 keuse. Radio Tygerberg